and I have Robert Wyeth Brinker, and they were both in World War II. My uncle, Robert Wyeth Brinker, was the commander of a submarine, and his submarine was sunk, and it has never been found. My dad was, I've got notes here for this, so my dad and all of my family was born and raised in Park Ridge, Illinois, and then they went away to college, and my dad went to the University of Illinois. My uncle was a graduate at Annapolis, and my dad has been written up many times in the history books because he was the commander of an LCT-30 that's been in movies, Victory at Sea. It's been in the pictures, especially around D-Day. It's of his LCT landing on the beach because his was the first one to go in. And at the end of his military career, he received a presidential citation from the Secretary of the Navy. And I'd like to read that to you. This is out of the Park Ridge newspaper, dated November 24th, 1944. And it is leading the invasion of famed Omaha Beach in Normandy on D-Day. The LCT, commanded by Lieutenant Sidney W. Brinker, advanced in point-blank enemy fire in mined waters and was the first to enter the invasion of the beach area, according to the citation. After discharging its cargo, the craft was sunk and it just went away. Lieutenant Brinker and most of his crew were saved. A more complete account of the action is as follows. The LCT-30 led in the invasion of the Omaha Beach early in the morning of D-Day, discharged a cargo of jeeps, half-trucks, and engineers' trucks, and they were retracted when an enemy shell hit the engine, killing the engineer. All were ordered ashore and made their way along the beach to an LST loaded with wounded soldiers. They were carried to the hospital in England. And then my uncle, Lieutenant Commander Robert Wyeth Brinker, he was the commander of a submarine called the Grayling. And it was reported missing in 1943, actually. And his ship has never been found, and his daughter, Lorna Brinker, has been recognized many times and christened other submarines because her father was the commander of the Grayling. And she would like to be here today, but she was unable. She's recently moved and she was unable to make it. She lives in Bethesda, Maryland. And so, once again, thank you for honoring my dad and my uncle on this very special evening. It was not until many years after the war that my dad even said anything about what happened in his accomplishments. And I think that's just the way that generation was. They didn't talk about it. So let us always cherish the United States of America.